Good morning and welcome once again to Crypto Corner. I'm your host, Greg Harriman, and if you've been in crypto any time at all, you know that this current correction that we're having is brutal, and but this too will pass. So part of our philosophy is safe, secure, and able to sleep. Today I'm just going to concentrate for 2 seconds on the sleep portion. We were able to sleep through some of this craziness because when you look at some of our projects that we've taken on over time, we've already taken some of the profits. So as we took those profits, we went into more coins, but our portfolio is up about 4 times. So we're not sitting here going, oh, we're trying to figure it out. If you're new, yeah, you might be in that boat, but overall, you're not really in that boat if you've been following us for the last year. And where do we think we'll be a year from now? We still think we'll be 3 times where we are right now. So we're able to sleep through all this because we know that the coins we have conviction on, and we're doing what we feel is right. None of this is financial advice. It's the Wild West. Everyone's shooting in the air these last couple of days. I think with unrest in the Middle East, with the elections, with a lot of, I think we're going to have chop. We're going to be up and down and up and down. The Fed's going to come in. They're going to print. They're going to turn on the printer. Everything's going to be awesome, and it's going to go up, and then it's all going to get liquidated, and it's going to go up, and it's all going to get liquidated. Each of those times, we hope to have sold off some and buy it back low. We're buying back some stuff, but not our normal stuff. Usually we're buying DOT and Atom because we like that. We're getting a 15% return on our money on it. And we think those are going to be 4 or 5, at least from what times where they are right now. So with that, let's dive in a little bit more. I do like to show the Bitcoin halving rallies. And if you notice, this point here is back in 2018, this is a drop like what we're getting right now. And then it's going to come up here, and we're going to have a drop like it's normal right now. So don't get shaken out during this time. Know that you have convictions for your coins. If they go up, like in Jasmy's case, we sold off some Jasmy this week because it kept hitting against its ceiling. Now we can hold, and one of these times it's going to break through that ceiling, and then we're going to be in a very good spot. But until then, we're just going to keep adding and then taking off a little bit when it hits our numbers, and then adding and taking off. As you can see, 100% is red. One of the things I did today, though, is look at what our buy range is, 410. We started buying this way back when it was $4. Now it's back to $4. We're okay. We have bought and sold 4 or 5 times on both DOT and Atom. So what I want you guys to do is look at this point and say, look, if I haven't been buying, or if this is new, I'm new to the channel, this is a good opportunity to buy. Here's today's price. Here's the buy ranges. Matic at 37 cents. That's awesome. The one difference that we're doing now is we feel like right now, Bitcoin is at a great price at 54 or somewhere around 50. We bought around 50. And we bought this week, and we have a percentage ball, which you'll see later. That's to make sure we stay in that 65%. And eventually we want to convert most of this to Bitcoin for our long-term holdings. Now, if we were to get in this portfolio $10,000 at the end, we might do something like watch where Atom and Dot go. Do they go to, all-time highs? And then we back off, we sell all of our coins, and then as it drops all the way back down, we start building again. We'll decide that as we go. We'll see where it goes to. But right now, just so you know, this week, all we bought was XRP, and we bought ETH, and we bought Bitcoin. And why did we do that? ETH and Bitcoin, we feel, are our safest bets. So we're putting more money as we get more money. We're putting more money into that safe bet, and we're just waiting for the long term. I think from the 54, I think Bitcoin will double at least in the next year. I think ETH will probably triple in the next year. And I think XRP probably can go 4 to 5 times where it is in the next year as a minimum. So that's what we bought this week. And that just gives you a good idea of what are they doing. Now, do I think that that DOT is a great buy right here. I think it's an awesome buy. But we only have so much money in the portfolio, and we have to make decisions. So we're just making those decisions. We're letting you know what we're making for decisions. But if you were to say, hey, I'm buying DOT instead of ETH, and because I think it's going to go up more, and I'm getting the 15% in staking, not a bad choice. Not a bad choice at all. So, and you can see over where are we even and where are we still up. If you look at Sol, we are still way up on Sol. We sold off all of our Sol, but Bitcoin, we're still up because we started buying this at our starting price was $30,000. That's where we are right now. We're at 54. So it went all the way down, but we've been holding for this whole time. And our ETH is right back to about where we were when we started buying. And so, again, we feel like we said it was going to be about a year and a half from where we started to where we are going. We still believe all that's true. We in believing that, we're just staying on that whole process. We're going to ride this all the way through. And we've added the XRP. We feel like that's another one that we think will do well. When you look at Jasmine, right? We sold off some Jasmine this week while it was up in this time frame. Why? Because it continues to stay in this time frame. If you look all the way across here where this white line is, you're going to see it keeps hitting up against that white line and it can't break through. So we sold off a good probably 15%, and now we're buying all that back in down here. And if you look at what do we get out of that? If you just go up this percentage, we'll be up about 65% from the very bottom here. And again, it's not 2 or 3 times our money, but if every time we do this, we buy, then we come back down, or we sell up here, we come back down, we buy, then we're just adding more coins. So if you had 1,000 coins, you now have 1,200, and then you have 1,500 coins, and then you have 1,700. So then when it finally goes where we think it will go all the way, maybe to 10 cents, when it goes there, then we'll just have more coins to trade in. Okay, this is our XRP, and you'll see once again, this is just brutal. This is in the last days, right? But we think it's going right back up here. So again, you go from 49 to 60 cents, and you've got a 20% gain right here. This was our original buy zone. These 2 lines, we're buying now in here. You see, we didn't buy the bottom. We didn't get all the way down here. That would have been awesome, but we didn't buy that. We bought right around the 50-cent range, and if next week it's still in this range, then we'll continue to buy. We will stop buying up here at the 0.66. So again, that's up to you. What are we already planning? When we get to 0.9, we're going to sell off at least 10% of it. And then we think that this goes up and down, up and down. It's a little choppy, probably till Q2 of 2025 is what we're thinking. Here's the ETH example. So this is our buy zone originally. If I had panned all the way out, this was our buy zone. We're right back in the buy zone, so we're going to buy. We think that it can go to $7,200 by August 2025. So that's why we're buying. Now, when we have this as our example, and our overall thought process is 2 to 3 times our money, then we always buy the biggest and best that we can. We think ETH is in that group of biggest and best. And our goal is at 72. This goes to show what we bought this week. We bought these 3 and we sold some Jasmine. So, and if you see this number here at 45.61, we were all the way up to 6,000. We're all the way down to 45, but it's still 4 times our money. How did we do that? We did it by buying and selling Jasmine. And then when we sold off some of the Jasmine, we bought other things like XRP. We bought IMX. And if you go back to our little chart or at the very beginning, what you'll see is anytime those things dip, we're coming in and buying just that little bit. And then we have the conviction on all of that chart. That chart's only changed, I think, a couple different ones through the whole time that we've been doing it. And then that's what we're going to ride all the way through the bull run, which we think is coming. So we think how it plays out from here, major downfall, right? In the last 2 days, we think it just starts going right back up. We think the Fed then prints. Once the Fed prints, all that money is going to come into the cycle. It's going to push up. We ride that, and when the new money comes in from retail, that will drive it up. And once we get there, then we're at the levels where we should start taking our profits, and then we wait for it to come back down. And so at that point, one of the things that we're looking at is like, when do we think we're going to sell? And then how are we buying some short positions from that point forward? And using some of our money to do that. So say if in this case, this goes to where we think it's going to go to about $10,000. At $10,000, we might take 1,000 and put it in some of these shorts and then ride that down. And if it goes down to where we think that it will, back down to its normal levels, then that 1,000 could turn into 3,000 or 4,000. So that's kind of what our plan is for you guys. Hopefully you're going to join us for that ride. I just keep this in here just so you guys know, but this week we've only added Bitcoin, ETH, and XRP. We think those are going to be the three best to go forward, and they're at discount prices. Next week we believe they'll be back kind of up to normal, and maybe DOT and Atom will be within the buy zone, and so we hope to go there. But we'll see. We don't really care what it is. We just care that we're good stewards of like what conviction do we have and what are we moving towards. Okay, so with that, sorry about the flipping through. But hopefully that you guys see what we're doing, why we're doing it, how we're doing it, and you're along for the ride. If you have any questions, leave them in the comment. Of course, if you could hit the smash and the like button, that would be great. And we will go from there. We'll see you next time on Crypto Corner.